distribution is the backbone of our country and our way of life. These businesses are people businesses that deeply care. Purpose and impact are at the heart of their vision. These distributors are a force for good. This is We Supply America, Season 3.
What a day. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Dirk.
Nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
Wait, welcome to IBT.
I am thrilled to be here, man.
Yeah, man, thrilled to have you. Have a good day.
Do you know this is the first time west of the Mississippi?
Number one.
You're making us pioneer.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I love being the
me,
first, man. I love it. Let's do it. Let's make a day of it.
I love the thinking where family and tradition meets the future and innovation.
Yep.
Wow.
When you got 7 decades of history, you wanna build off of that, but you got to look towards the
You
future.
gotta do it,
A lot of things are changing, a lot of things are moving, and we're gonna make sure we're gonna be right along with it.
It's kind of a hard balance, though, isn't it? I mean, how do you do that? How do you balance it all?
Change is hard, but I'm thrilled to have such an amazing team that have really come along and are really, I'm not pulling them; they're pushing me half the time, and that's what makes it really amazing.
No doubt. So, you're going to take me around. You're going to show me everything, meet the people.
Absolutely.
And
we're going to have a great day.
Let's do it, all right?
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks. All right.
Keep coming. Right there.
Okay.
Hey, Kevin, are you guys brothers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Get a little closer.
Okay. Grandpa started the company, and it was his idea, and it was his baby. But Bonnie was just as much part of it as he was.
Yeah.
I mean, she did a lot of the work with him. She built a lot of the relationships. I mean, it was really both of them partnering together from the very beginning. Is the stories that we heard as well.
Yeah.
She was an amazing woman. She, not only as a business person, but just as a grandmother, was just kind and caring and loving, and it was cool hearing those stories from people around here and knowing that same woman as a grandmother that she was here.
Kind, caring, and loving. Kind, caring, and loving. 3 words that kind of sum up family, huh? Mm-hmm. Would you say kind, caring, and loving are good descriptors of the culture here?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah? Tell me, what?
I just think it's like the way it's always been, as far as it's always been a family here.
Yeah.
Grandpa always said and Dad always said, doors are always open. Doesn't matter if you work up here or down in a warehouse. You got something you want to talk about, walk right in.
We are in the distribution center in Merriam, Kansas,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So tell me about this facility, the distribution center.
We have 35 branches all across the Midwest, and although we have inventory at those branches, if they don't have it, it comes from here.
Got it.
As far as the parts go, it's what they use most.
Yeah.
Is what's on hand. It's everywhere from grain industry to aggregate to food and bev.
So this inventory you just spoke of, will branch 32 know who their customer base is, what products are out in the market, and thus that's what drives the inventory?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Beyond that, it's here.
Got it. And so when you think about this distribution center, what happens here? What
This is the brain. I feel like this is the brain. It really, everything from bearings to, you'll see some giant motors through here. It's just everything that they need.
Where does that come from? That unyielding focus on the customer.
It's our guys are trained.
Yeah.
And as some companies are kind of pulling back from the training, we're all in.
It's not just knowledge. It sounds to me like at IBT, you're really interested in taking that knowledge to a higher level of expertise.
Yeah.
And you're holding yourselves,
Yeah.
don't let me put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
But what I sense is you hold yourselves to be the go-to expert.
It's really just the relationship of how can I help you do your job better.
Yeah.
And
How long do your customers stay?
Oh my gosh. You know, we've had, I think most of our customers are 10 years plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because we've continued to evolve with them.
So can I come and say hi to a couple of these guys?
Absolutely, yeah. And there's one of our main guys. We'll go over here.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey, I'm Dirk.
Hi, Dirk.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, what's making you good today?
Got up, healthy.
Yeah. When you have your health, you don't think about it, but when you don't have your health, it's the only thing you think about.
Exactly.
You know? And at the age of 62, man, I'm thinking about that a lot more.
Well, I'm right behind you at 60.
Yeah. And 39 of those 61 years have been spent here at IBT, is that right?
That's correct.
It's amazing.
It's a long journey. I've seen pretty much everything.
If you had to look back at that 39-year journey, what has IBT, your commitment to IBT and IBT's commitment to you, what would you say that's meant to your family?
When I first started, they were always talking about, it's a family here. It's a family here. And
They were saying that 39 years
and
ago.
they still say it today. Like when my kids were in sports and stuff, no matter what happened, knowing that the fact that I wanted to be there for my kids and I wasn't going to lose my job just because I wanted to be a dad, that's priceless.
Looking at the humanity, the people of the business, rather than a number, rather than a cog in the wheel.
Yeah.
And it sounds like that's what is one of the things that makes IBT special. Is that fair?
Yeah, I've had other companies approach me and try to take me away from IBT, and I'm like, I've got everything I want. I've got all the backing that I need, and they stuck with me. So, you know, it goes around circle.
It does, doesn't it?
I'll cover your back if you cover mine, and that's pretty much what IBT's done for me. It builds the character. It makes you understand why IBT works and how it works, and what makes the wheel go round and round.
Is there a lesson there in terms of, you know, change is inevitable,
Yeah.
technology advancements are inevitable,
Exactly.
right, to remain relevant? What's the culture here at IBT that says, you know, when that question comes up, what do we do? What's the culture?
You find out who knows how to make things happen.
Yeah.
Instead of people who wonder what's going to happen.
Good for you.
You just have to you have to step up. The old guys had to show the young guys how you do things. If you know what makes it work, you just have to make it work. Help me help you.
Yeah, right? What a great way to go through life in a career, right? I think.
Just another typical day at IBT. You just make it happen.
Interesting.
Bring it in here.
Yep.
Line it up square here. You're only going to punch one on this side.
It's a family environment, but still a big distribution atmosphere between all our branches and all that. And it gives me that fast-paced distribution day in, day out that I need, but with, you know, the personnel and everything to work with and build and continue to grow.
So here's a question, all right?
Yes, sir, yeah.
So is it possible to have a fast-paced, continuous environment, innovative environment, which means we're going to push, we're going to drive change, we're going to look for, you know, that next, at the same time of having a family culture? Are those at odds with each other?
I don't believe so.
No?
Not at IBT anyways. You know, it's been fantastic because it just melds together. It's all about the people. You know, it becomes a team atmosphere. You know, we're all working together to accomplish the same thing.
Can you give me an example of that? Now I understand you're responsible for all logistics in the organization.
Exactly.
Right? Holy cow. So tell me,
Right.
can you give me an example of this team, this camaraderie that makes this engine hum?
Communication is key.
Yep.
Getting input is key. It's one thing to be a leader and to just give direction. It's another thing to be a leader and grow with the team and lead with humility. Actually listen to what you're being told, because those are the people that do the job day in and day out. They're the people that understand exactly what they need to get the job done. And when issues come up, I don't see them as roadblocks. I see them as opportunities.
So you're a salesperson for the company?
I am.
You are? How long have you sold for the company?
Over 10 years now.
Over 10 years.
I'm
So-
actually semi-retired.
All
I'm
right.
just working part-time.
All right, cool. one of the things that stands out about this company, from what I understand, is two things. A, the continued training and expertise of the sales team,
Yeah.
right? And then number two, the commitment to the customers.
Oh, absolutely.
What does a commitment to the customer mean to you?
You take the call no matter when, and whatever it is they need, you figure out a way of getting it for them.
Yeah.
And this company is the best that I've ever seen at that.
Really?
Yeah, just unbelievable.
What is it that sets them apart to do that? Because it's easy to say that, right?
Just the attitude of everybody.
Yeah.
We're all here, we're all one big family, we're all trying to do
Do the
one
same-
thing.
Yeah. Interesting. We're all aligned. We know that it's that customer
Yes,
that we have. That's it.
That's it. That's
Everything
why
else
we're
we'll
all
deal
here.
with. Yeah.
And then you figure out the rest as you go along.
Yeah.
Probably my biggest regret is I didn't start working here when I was 18 like a lot of the guys did. So,
Is that right?
yeah, no, I'm 70 now, and
Yeah.
so
Tongue in cheek, maybe, but biggest regret is you didn't start here when you were 18.
right out of college anyway.
Yeah.
I still, one of the things that I still do is I do the hydraulic training
Okay, for the company.
for the company.
Okay. And what does it mean to you when you are able to transfer your knowledge and probably even your passion for hydraulics?
Oh, you have to. I mean, if we don't pass it on to the next generation, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
So you've got to pass it on. I've got a young lady that's kind of taken up where I'm going to leave off. And it's great to see that women are getting more involved and that the company is willing to make everything just a even playing field for everybody.
Yeah. You've had a great life. You've had a great career.
I have.
Right? Yeah. It would be easy to quote unquote punch out, right?
But if I didn't learn all of that information and be willing to share it with somebody else, what good was it for me to learn it? I mean, if you're not willing to share what you know, whether it be a life experience or hydraulics or electrical or whatever it may be, you're being selfish if you don't.
Yeah, yeah. That's really amazing. Yes, all that knowledge provided for a great career.
It
right?
did.
And still your career continues.
And people shared with me along the way.
So we're talking about the noble calling of distribution. And I think what you just described is noble. You won't be complete if I can, if you don't pass that on.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everybody should feel that way.
This definitely is where I'm meant to be.
You didn't pause there. Why are you meant to be here?
It's something that just felt right. It felt like I was supposed to be here.
If you don't mind, and what does that feel like when you know you're supposed to be here? It just...
Usually, you have people that like, I don't want to go into work.
Yeah.
I actually like coming into work.
Yeah.
I actually like doing my job. And I do appreciate my guys because they've been here, again, for 30 plus, 40 plus years. And I appreciate every single one of them and all their knowledge that they give me.
We draw a different type of individual when they come into the ecosystem. If they're not aligned with that idea of looking through the lens of a true family environment, well, then they quickly kind of move on. And that's okay.
Yeah.
There's a great environment. If private equity or bigger business or, if that is their drive.
If that fits them, go.
More power to
Yeah.
them. Everybody's got to find their own path. But here, we not only want to, facilitate, a family environment with our employees, but we extend that to their families. I mean, the IBT family isn't just who's getting a paycheck. It's their spouses and significant others and children, and then it goes beyond that to our suppliers and our customers. I mean, we really treat everybody as family, and on top of that, we try to make a positive impact to our communities we're working in as well.
Yeah.
We're able to take advantage of selling product and generating revenue in almost 37 different cities. Now that we're doing more e-commerce, even more than that.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure and we're giving back to those communities. And so all of our branches reach out, and we find things like somebody within their community, maybe a youth in a school that needs wheelchair access to their home and doesn't have it. And we go in and we supply the funds to help with those individuals. And it's really personal because those branches have complete autonomy on who they want to engage with.
That's so cool.
And what they feel would make the biggest impact to them personally.
Kevin, you head up the philanthropic efforts.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Can you tell me about the philanthropic efforts here? And
We believe at IBT that part of the role of a corporation is to give back to the communities that we live and serve and work in. And so that's always just been a huge part of what we do. And it's amazing. It's amazing to hear these families, they'll send us an email and tell us thank you. And you hear these stories of heartbreaking things that people out in the world are going through. And again, we believe being a good corporation means doing good in the world and giving back to folks like that really need the help.
what do you say to other organizations that focus solely on their fiduciary responsibility?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would say that's important and that's necessary and to be a successful business, but there's more than that. And I would even say that the meaning that comes from being a good citizen in the world as a corporation, the meaning that comes from that and the purpose that comes from that actually makes the whole thing more meaningful to your employees and to the people that are your customers and the people that are involved in your business, whatever way it looks like. I think knowing that you're trying to do good in the world makes it more meaningful for everybody that's involved.
I used to actually wear that. You throw on your gear, you go out and do it. So he's made many visits to Children's Mercy Hospital here in town, or Make-A-Wish, or something like that. They want you to come out and perform in it. Finally, I got to the point where Darth Vader didn't fit as well as he used to, so I bought a 6'5" mannequin, put the display on him. That's Mannequin Skywalker now.
That is amazing.
Anytime that you can go out and see sick kids, or just perform in a public event and see the children and the adults,
right on.
light up with just joy and excitement of seeing a movie character like that coming out in the street, and they just can't wait. They want to take your picture, whether they want to give you a hug. Even Darth Vader, they want to give him a hug. And seeing that joy in people's faces, out there in the community,
it's everything, isn't it?
It is everything. Yeah, it makes it all worth it.
I say it, said it to my kids. I probably said it today. There's so much goodness in this world, and that's what you're doing there, sharing that goodness. Thanks, man. Super cool.
Yeah,
all right?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. What's on my mind right now is, as I've gone through the first 2 seasons of We Supply America, the things I've learned, the people I've met, when I go through your warehouse, I don't see the products on the shelves. It's a warehouse to me, right? What I see are the people, platforms for the personal and the professional growth of people. And you showed me examples of how you do that here. What I see here in Merriam, Kansas, and your 35 branches, 300 some odd people, IBT is a force for good. A force for good.
IBT, from my perspective, it's bigger than any one of us. It's bigger than just even these 4 walls and being a distribution. But we have the opportunity to make impact to 300 plus odd families across 11 states.
You bet.
If we're taking care of our core, how many people are they in turn then helping support and whatnot? So as long as you're running a strong organization, taking care of your people, supporting our customers from that manner, I've never visualized it in that way.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how we look at it. It's
it.
a way to impact as many people as possible for the greater good of overall society.